Hello, welcome to Escrow Escapes. This is the real estate stories, market trends, and true tales from the front lines of closings. I am Matthew Halliday, Navy veteran and father of three girls, also a full time real estate agent. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Escrow Escapes. I'm your host, Matthew Halliday, and today we're diving into a real story from the front lines of real estate. 5 days before closing, the title representative called and said, "We've got a quitclaim from the 1970s and no recorded heir." The underwriter stopped the file. Everyone froze. You could feel it in the room. The buyer clutching their deposit number, the seller pacing and calling relatives. That's where the pressure lives. Let me walk you through how this played out and what you need to do if it happens on your deal. Quick scene setting. The quitclaim appeared mid-chain, tied to someone who died decades ago. There was no recorded successor, no probate entry we could find in the public index. The title examiner marked a possible defect, and the lender's underwriter said, "We can't insure with that exception." Then the calls started. The title rep's voice was calm but blunt. "This looks fixable, but it won't be overnight." The underwriter, short and firm, "We won't close with that exception on the policy." Those two lines tell you everything about the tension. Fixable, maybe, but not instant. First, triage the title fast. Your title officer is not optional here. Call them. Ask for a written opinion, and get specific. Will an affidavit of heirship or corrective deed remove the exception, or does this point toward court? The title examiner knows which documents actually move underwriter needles. What do curative documents usually look like? Think three things. An affidavit of heirship that names successors and facts under oath, a corrective deed to fix clerical errors, and an authenticated death certificate tied to recorded instruments. Record those, and the title company may remove the exception. But let's be honest, not every gap is tidy. If records show disputes, missing heirs, or unrecorded probates, you could need a quiet title action. That's a court process to decide ownership, and it eats time and money. I'm not your lawyer. If court looks likely, consult a qualified title attorney or settlement agent now. Next, look at contracts and escrow levers that buy time and protect money. The simplest moves: agree to a short written extension, negotiate an escrow holdback, or insist on a seller indemnity clause. Each one shifts risk in different ways, so match the tool to how serious the defect is. Here's a script you can use that actually keeps everyone honest. We have a title exception the examiner believes is curable within X days with recorded documents. To keep the closing on schedule, we propose a Y-day extension and a $Z escrow holdback until the title company removes the exception. Say numbers, not vague promises. If the lender is flexible, you can structure a conditional closing where the lender accepts the title with a specified exception and the buyer accepts that only with a holdback and indemnity. But be clear, many underwriters won't allow an outstanding cloud, so get lender approval before you rely on this path. Finally, stop this from sneaking up on you. Do a few simple things early. Request the preliminary title report as soon as the contract is fully executed, and read the exceptions line by line. Ask for chain of title records that go back decades. I recommend asking for documents back to around 1980 as a rule of thumb. Also, check for recent deaths linked to the property in probate indexes, verify any powers of attorney, and ask the seller directly, "Has anyone inherited this property in the last 40 years? Any family transfers or probate matters we should know about?" That one direct question surfaces a lot of problems early. Let's run a 3-step checklist you can use right now if this happens. Step 1, Call your title representative and get their written opinion on curability. Ask for the exact filings they will accept. Step 2, collect the underlying docs, death certificates, the quitclaim, any probate filings. Step 3, get a written escrow strategy, extension, holdback amount, who holds funds, and the trigger for release. Who should be doing the calling? The buyer's agent coordinates with the title officer and the listing agent, but let the title officer lead the technical requests. The seller needs to pull family records and contact relatives who can sign affidavits. If probate is necessary, the seller's attorney opens that file. Sir, expect timelines to range. Low-cost fixes like affidavits and corrective deeds can be days to a few weeks. Quiet title or contested probate can take months and cost substantially more. Be honest with clients. Don't promise an overnight cure when the records point to a longer path. A quick note on money. Expect records and affidavit filings to run in the hundreds to low thousands. Litigation and out-of-state document retrieval, that can climb into the tens of thousands. Presentation matters here. Give clients a low to high cost range and the probability each path succeeds. Before we close, 3 core takeaways. 1. Lean on the title company first. They tell you what will actually clear the exception. 2. Use contract tools to buy time and protect funds, extensions, holdbacks, indemnities. 3. Add a few intake checks so you surface legacy transfers long before underwriting does. Here's the bottom line. Most clouds are manageable if you act fast and pick the right tool. 1 practical tip to use after you sign a contract. Email your title representative this exact line. Please send the most recent preliminary report and the underlying recorded documents showing chain of title back to 1980. Plus any exceptions the underwriter flagged. That one request surfaces a lot, fast. Let's break it down. If this episode helped you, subscribe so you don't miss future checklists, scripts, and real deal stories from escrow and closing. That's a wrap on this episode of Escrow Escapes. Thanks for listening, and remember, every deal has its bumps. It's how you navigate them that counts. Catch you next time.
Thanks for listening to Escrow Escapes. For more real estate tips, market updates, and behind-the-scenes stories, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. I am Matthew Halliday. We'll see you on the next closing. Thanks. Have a great day.